Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, makes, and sizes, it's time once again to circle the wagons. Help the Coon Prairie Ramblers in the house.
In the house.
Yeah. We got Luke, the rebel without a clue, over here to help us out.
Dashing and daring, but not really caring.
Yeah, me, the amiable, man about town, lovable, adorable, Emma Zetta Jackson's little baby boy.
Loquacious.
Melman from Melville. I shortened it a little bit there.
Yeah, what happened?
I forgot the words. And we got a guest. Yes, we got the guest from, where's that guest from? Where are you?
He's a repeat offender.
I am a repeat offender.
We got her back again.
Northridge Avenue or?
Actually, Arcadia Avenue.
This is Miss Amy.
Arcadia.
We're recording in her neighborhood right here.
That's right.
Oh.
Amy Rife Wetheridge.
That would be me.
Back by popular demand, and she's sporting a pretty cool hat.
Describe that hat. I'm not sure what kind of hat that is.
It's almost like a female fedora.
Yeah, I think it is the female fedora.
It needs a little shape there. It needs a little bend down or whatever.
Yeah, it does.
But it is really
It
cool
does.
looking.
But
I
how did
wish
you-
more women would wear hats. I think women look really cool in hats.
Now that you identified it as a female fedora, I was going to ask to borrow it, but I ain't going to do that now.
Well, let's get a different color one. They sell these hats like this down at the Cowboy Corner. And
Oh,
and
do
they're
they?
all around town, but they got tons of hats similar to that at the Cowboy Corner there in Arcadia. Way
Hey.
cool. If you want to see the picture of it, you'll have to tune us in Saturday at 2 or maybe a Sunday at 8, and we'll have the show will be on, and we'll get it somewhere out there where you can see a picture that goes along with the recording
Okay, yeah.
somewhere.
All right.
Anyway, we got to take care of some business here first. What are we going to do first?
Well, how about the word of, no, how about happy birthday?
Happy birthday.
Somebody's birthday got a birthday.
Who wants to
out.
start?
I got a birthday coming up in 10 days.
10 days.
Yeah.
I have a student with a birthday today.
You?
Not mine, one of my students.
Oh, a student. Okay.
Well,
Today's
should
the-
we sing happy birthday
This
to
is the
that
3rd of
student?
June.
Sure.
On a, hey, that's the start of the song. It's 3rd of June. What's that song? The day that Billy Joe McAllister jumped off the Tallahatchie Bridge.
Yeah.
Starts out the 3rd of June.
Oh, my
Ode to
gosh.
Billy Joe.
Ode to
starts
Billy
out
Joe.
like that. So y'all find that song and listen to it today. Don't watch the movie with Robbie Benton, whatever his name was. It was pretty stupid.
Robbie Benson.
Pretty stupid movie, but anyway. But we better sing Happy Birthday.
Okay. In the key of happy.
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 You got to sound happy.
Happy birthday to you.
That was a little happy.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, you and the rest of you also.
You went off the charts, man.
Story of my life. Here we go.
Happy birthday
to you.
Yeah.
Lucky you. I saw something on Facebook the other day. It says, it turns out you can buy a birthday cake and eat it anytime you want. Nobody checks.
Yeah.
You got to wait for your birthday.
I have tested that
That's
theory.
a good idea. If you cook it, I will come.
Yeah.
Make that sapsucker. I'll help you eat it.
How about laying a word on us, Luke?
Happy birthday, Ewans. Our word of the week is redonkulous.
Oh.
Sounds like a fake word, but it's
What?
a
You made that
redonkulous. R-E-D-O-N-K, redonk, U-L-O-U-S, redonkulous. What do you think that means, actually?
It's beyond ridiculous.
Yeah, it says ridiculous, but it's probably it's probably like a redneck version of ridiculous.
Yeah, that's somebody messed up by saying
Redonkulous.
Redonkulous. Yeah, that's made up, man.
That'd be fun to use it in
Is that
in
the new Webster's or something?
I don't know. Bubba Webster is a different one.
Bubba
So our
Webster.
word is going to be redonkulous. We're going to try to use it throughout the broadcast today, and we ask that you maybe incorporate it into your vocabulary. Whip that word on somebody and see if you don't get a funny look.
I'm feeling kind of redonkulous trying to use that
Oh,
word.
please. Oh, that's a cheap shot. Cheap shot. Well, you got toast for us today, don't you?
Yeah.
You got a toast
yeah,
for us?
It's kind of stale, though.
Uh-oh. Stale toast.
Yeah.
All right, friends, Romans, and countrymen, hark and lend us your ear. Now is the time for Toastmaster Mel to impart to all his pearls of wisdom, also known as the Melba Toast.
Yeah.
Lay it
Oh,
on us,
here
brother.
we go, ladies and gentlemen. To absent friends and to ourselves, as no one is likely to concern themselves with our welfare.
It all rhymed except for that last line. You sure you didn't?
Maybe I messed it up.
You forget to copy down the line?
Anyway, well, That's it.
Read that again. One more time.
To absent friends and to ourselves, as no one is likely to concern themselves with ourselves, concern themselves with our welfare. That didn't rhyme.
Are you sure you're reading that right?
When I first wrote it down, I thought it rhymed.
Sounded good. I think you skipped a few words.
It sounded pretty redonkulous at the time.
Oh, please.
Ouch.
Amy has drawn blood. Oh, whatever.
So,
So what we're going to talk about now?
well, it's time for vacation, right?
In theory.
Vacation. Let's go.
Yeah. Huh?
Let's
Okay.
go. Lock the door.
Yeah, let's I'm ready. I'm
Turn
ready.
out the lights. The party's over.
If somebody says they're planning a trip, I'll say, where to? Let's go.
Where are we going?
Well, me and Mel are going on vacation. I mean, not just with ourselves. We're going up to New England.
Yeah.
Oh,
On
nice.
a cruise in the fall.
Uh-huh.
Going in on it, let me know. We'll get you on the ship.
Yeah.
I've never been up to New England.
Me neither.
It's going to be pretty. We're going to go to Nova Scotia,
Wow.
I've been as far as Cape Cod. That's as far as I've been.
Cape Cod.
Yeah.
We're flying into Boston.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I want to go see the Cheers bar,
Oh, that would be fun.
which is really the name
The
is
Cheer?
the Bull and Finch.
Where's it at?
It's the name. It's in Boston, downtown somewhere.
Oh,
But
yeah.
The real name is the Bull and Finch, but we're going to go see that building.
I don't think I ever saw it.
You ever watched Cheers?
Nope, never
That's one of the
watched.
funniest
Oh,
sitcoms.
wow.
ever.
Yeah, you
a
have missed out.
Not a TV watcher.
Check it out. Well, you're missing out. You can watch it on your laptop or
I
something.
You can
mean,
probably get it on Hulu.
I think maybe, I catch maybe one episode of this show that showed, and one episode that this one showed, and that's about it.
Well, so you have to watch a few to get used to the characters, who they are, and how they play off each other, and the actual feeling of the show. Then you can get into it better. But try Cheers. I highly recommend it. Very funny.
Yeah.
Very funny. That's our vacation. Are you going anywhere, Amy?
I am not going anywhere, but I am going to be relaxing.
Gonna be chilling.
Yes.
Chillaxing, as they call
My
it.
goal is a nap a day.
A nap a day.
Nap a
Nap a
day.
You
day.
have to catch up with me. I do that.
Well,
What time's nappy hour?
Usually, well, it depends. Usually we go for our walk, we go to breakfast, and then we come back and take a nap. So it
That's
depends on
nice.
how long. Yeah.
That's a good way to start the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that walk will really tire you out.
Yeah. The walk is actually my favorite part.
Y'all walk up and down Arcadia Avenue, or you go to the track or something?
We go to the mall and walk.
to the mall.
Yeah.
Now, what is your favorite? You can shop too. At the same
You know
time.
what? I've actually broken myself of shopping.
What?
Jonathan, you didn't hear that.
Yeah,
No,
you
we walk. We go before the mall opens. We do. We're the.
They let you in?
They let you in an
You walk
hour
around the
early.
parking lot.
They let you in an hour early, and you can walk. And it's
Are there a
usually
bunch of old people in there doing that too?
There are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Are they really like picking them up and laying them down?
It depends on which mall you go to. Sometimes we go over to UTC, and sometimes we go to Port Charlotte. And there's a vast difference between the two. UTC, they're trucking it. They're
What
moving
is
quick.
UTC?
Sarasota.
Oh,
Sarasota. Yeah.
A lot of malls are
Been
closing, so you better
They
watch out.
are.
I haven't been there in decades.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's they've got a lot of vacant. They've got vacant stores right now, which is unusual for them. But
Wow.
Port Charlotte, is putting in multi-use housing. They're putting apartments in the mall.
Wow.
One of the ladies at
That's a
Dillard's
weird
told me that.
thing,
Yeah.
because they have to do bathrooms in all of them with showers and everything.
Yeah. But
Well,
they're-
that'd be kind of cool then, really,
yeah,
because people like to go to the mall anyway. So hey, you're living at the mall.
that's it.
It's a mall world after all.
But then,
right?
It's a
what
mall
about their
world
kids
after
on
all.
their skateboards going down past your front door there?
Yeah, I guess it's somebody said it was the Macy's, what used to be Macy's there, or the Sears, one of the two, is going to
Wow.
be apartments.
Huh.
So every '80s mall rat there has their
Where do you
dream
live?
come
I live
true.
at Macy's.
I live at Macy's.
Yeah.
I'm so fancy.
Well, so they would take like Macy's and they would just divide it up into apartments, huh?
I guess I don't know.
You have all this walking space in the middle where you could holler at your neighbor across the way.
Yeah.
Have the plants and the statues and the vibrating chairs still out there. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
They should leave a few stores in there, like a grocery store for all the people that live in that mall.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be cool?
And then, like in the old days, when I lived on 21 West Park, I just walked down to this house that was turned into a neighborhood grocery store.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And so we're kind of retroing.
Everything old is new again.
Yes, it is.
See, if you had a restaurant in there, then maybe like a little medical clinic of some kind.
Well, they have
What
the
else you
food
gonna
court.
need?
They can just walk right down to the food court.
Yeah.
And have a food court? Mm-hmm. That's an idea whose time has come. Why let the building just sit vacant? What else would you do with
The
the mall?
the new neighborhoods will be malls.
What mall do you live in?
Yeah. I live with Grandma. Yeah.
And all your kids are going to call mall rats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead
There
of
you
like-
go.
And they smoke Pall Mall.
I hope not. They better do it outside. But you could have the garage because some of them have like a J.C. Penney or something built in where they have like a garage, and they could have that built in where you get your cars worked on.
Yeah.
That'd be good for retirees, I would think, and maybe
we can get one in here in Arcadia.
their rentals.
Well, like downtown, turn that into a mall.
Yeah.
Down Oak Street. Yeah.
Well, it has to be enclosed,
Well,
so you can build a big dome over it or something like that. But I don't think that's going to work.
I've heard of that, a dome over.
A dome? Oh, please!
It's a little bit redonkulous.
right there. All right, boys and girls, it's approaching time for us to slip on out and. Y'all listen to these great commercials, shop local. We'll be trying to think of something to talk about when we get back. We'll be right back.
hey, we're back again. Coon Prairie Ramblers. Rambling right along.
Rambling
Yeah.
Road.
And we was talking about vacations, and I sure would like to take one.
Same.
But get out of here.
Well, of course, I kind of, being retired, I kind of take one here and there anyway.
I take a lot of mental vacations.
Yeah.
I wish they would do like kids, when you're trying to get your kids to go away. Well, back in the day when I was a kid, it'd be like, here's $20, go watch a movie. I need somebody to say, here's $100, go on vacation.
That's right.
Or $1,000.
Amy,
That's right.
when you're on vacation during the summer, okay, then comes back to school ads.
Right.
When I was a boy, when I was a little bitty boy,
And the devil called your name.
I said that. Oh, anyway, I would say I would get stomach aches when the back to school ads would come back on. I'm thinking, oh, that makes me sick.
All that anxiety for back to
I don't
school.
want to go back.
But you got
Yes.
new clothes, right? Took you out and buy some new
I
clothes.
didn't care about no new clothes. I like my old scuffy store.
What would you do all summer when you was a kid in between school years?
I spent a few years at 21 West Park, and on Park Street there was a park in the middle of the street.
Oh, nice.
Street went one way and the other went the other way. And we'd play baseball in a park.
All summer?
Well, there was a girl down the street.
Uh-oh.
that,
Here we
Watch
go.
out. Are you listening, Carrie?
And I kind of like fell in love with her.
Ooh.
But I didn't know how to express myself, so I just kind of like
You fell in love with
just
her?
stayed in love, and
Did she fall in love with you?
nothing ever. Well, I don't know. Anyway. And then there was another girl across the street
What?
that
Playa.
oh man. Oh hey, listen, I ain't gonna talk about that.
No, you don't want to talk about this. You brought it up, so it's on you, brother.
Well, all of a sudden my mind just started wondering that her name was Joyce.
Joyce.
And Joyce.
Joyce was
When
your
she
choice?
was younger, she said, "Let's go into the park and let's play." And she had some dolls and stuff. I'm thinking, "Come on!"
You played dolls in
I
the
don't
park?
play with dolls. Come on. And a year or so later, all of a sudden, she became a woman.
Be
And
careful.
then I'm thinking,
Be careful. Slow down.
yeah,
Don't tell us y'all played doctor.
no. Then everybody else was crazy about Joyce too. So then I was out of the picture.
Oh,
And
like,
I'm thinking,
like Mel
heck,
who?
just a couple of years ago, she was wanting to play, with doll babies.
See there,
You got to
should've
play
went-
with dolls to
you
be
should've
able
played
to
with
hang
dolls.
with the
Man.
dolls.
That's
Man.
right.
But there was one time,
You blew it.
we lived in town. We lived on the west side, and we didn't have any screens in our windows.
What?
In summertime, and we had these big long. It was kind of like the Archie Bunker,
Townhouses.
townhouse
or
where he lived
brownstones or whatever.
upstairs in the basement, and it was anyway. And we had these windows, and Joyce told me, she says, I was out here with my something. She was throwing something up in the air and catching it, throwing it up in the air and catching it. She says, and then I threw it up. and it went in your bedroom window. I said, oh, yeah? I said, well, what'd you do? She said, well, I climbed up this tree and I got on the top of your front porch and I went in through your bedroom window and went and got it. And then I came back out.
Where were you?
I wasn't there, but
That story would have ended very differently if he'd
That's
been there.
right.
you went into my bedroom?
Wait a minute. Y'all were about how old?
I was probably 13 or 14 or something.
Oh, my goodness. Well, the Lord protected you from that. He was out there playing ball or something and missed out.
You know, I don't know how many times that thought comes across my mind.
She was subtly trying to tell you that she liked you. She's being subtle about it.
Is that what she was doing?
I think so.
Oh, man.
And you forgot to say, well, throw it up there any old time. I'll catch it next time.
Oh, man, that makes me mad now.
That's just redonkulous. You
Oh,
should have
great.
been paying attention.
Well, let's get back to vacations. I don't. I'm bummed out now.
Now he needs a vacation
Yeah.
from that.
I'm getting depressed and I wasn't even there. Wow. Well, when I was a kid, when we went on vacation, you didn't go to Disney World because there wasn't no Disney World. You didn't go to
That's right.
places like that. You went to visit relatives. That was your
That's
vacation.
right, yeah.
You went and you stayed with them for a few days, and when they took their vacation, they come stay with you for a few days, and you got to play with all your cousins.
I went to see a grandpa one time down in West Virginia that I never knew, never met.
Was he yours or just some
It was
random
my
grandpa?
mom's dad, my mother's dad, but I never knew him. I never knew my relatives. You know,
Really?
I never knew the Jackson side.
They
But
were hiding
anyway,
from you.
we went down to visit him, and my mother, it was like a 58, it was an old car, it was a 58 something, Packard. 58 Packard, pulled a trailer, a trailer with a tarp over it. We camped out in the guy's backyard because there was no room in the house, so we camped in this pull-behind trailer with a tarp on it.
Oh wow!
They were camping out in the backyard.
And that was the vacation.
That
for
was a vacation.
Several years there. That was it.
There ain't nothing like that. That's
I think we
good.
did stop at the Ohio River and swim in the river, but then that
Took
was
you
it.
bath in the river and had to cook over a fire or what?
Yeah. And then
Primitive vacation.
we stayed overnight at a roadside rest on the way back, and then my brother accidentally rolled down the hill because we slept on the edge of a hill. And
Oh my
in the
God!
morning, Tony, he's way down at the bottom of the hill there.
Talking about
because you're
tossing
laying
and turning in your
because
sleep.
You're laying parallel with the hill. You're supposed to lay perpendicular, so you don't roll down the hill. You roll sideways. But
Well, I
not,
hadn't had
down
math
the hill.
yet, so I didn't know that about that purpose.
Yeah, there's rules about sleeping on the hill.
And who said we'd never use geometry?
That's
So-
right.
So did you have anything like that?
Good vacations.
Any kid
We
vacations?
we didn't vacation a lot when I was little. I'm trying to think.
How old were you when you moved down here?
A year old.
A year old. So
Mm-hmm.
y'all would go home to Ohio on vacations.
I think we only went back once,
You're a Buckeye?
maybe twice. I am a Buckeye.
I'm a Buckeye.
I'm outnumbered here.
Where'd you come from?
Springfield.
Springfield.
I was born in Springfield.
Every state has a Springfield. It
Yeah.
seems like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about a pass?
I don't think I've
That's
ever been
sometime.
in Springfield. It's kind of, I was never on that side of the state.
Ah.
Where did y'all go on vacation when you was a kid?
I think we went up there one time, and that was pretty much it. We used to go. Well, Mom, we used to go to the flea markets every Sunday. That was our thing. We'd go to the flea markets, and she'd hunt for antiques, and we'd have a bologna sandwich and a Czech cola in the car on the way home.
What
That
did
was
she
pretty
do
much-
before she opened the antique shop?
She was an unofficial picker, I guess. She would just shop for some of the
Like American Pickers, one of those
Yes,
people.
Mr. Townsend used to buy from her a lot.
There you go. I remember when he retired from G. Pierce Wood, and he opened he had the first antique shop.
He had the first one, yes.
As I recall there.
Sure did.
Wait a minute. What kind of a picking? What are you talking about?
You ever watch that show, American Pickers?
No.
Where they travel around the country, look in people's barns and find cool stuff and buy it.
Really?
Bring it back to their store in Nashville or Iowa and sell
Are they
it.
allowed to do that? I mean, they do.
Yeah, it
people
was
knew-
it was a legal thing. Yeah.
Oh,
They just
okay.
go up and people knock on the door. They don't even know these people.
Oh, yeah?
Can we look in your barn? You see some cool stuff out in your backyard?
What would be some of the reactions?
It's a cool show. A lot of them.
They say, like, get out of here.
Well, most of them invite them in and they sell them stuff because they want to sell
I
things.
bet they knew in advance.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some
had
do.
to-
Now they're famous, so that they do
Yeah.
that a lot. But
Yeah.
I've been to their store in Nashville 2 or 3 times up there and seen that stuff. It's really cool. Recognized a few things I saw them buy on television.
Nashville's one of the places I want to go to.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
You got to go at least once.
Yep. That's our
Been there
our goal
many
is.
times.
Yeah, I want to do that. Angie's been. Mom's been. Mom did a show in Nashville.
Nice.
So, Yeah.
Your mom did a show.
Yeah.
Not like a
There's a
country
big
music
antique
show,
show.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh, she's really into the antique. Have
Well,
I ever
yeah.
met you? I don't know if I've ever met your mother.
I'm sure you have.
Oh,
She had
She
a
had-
shop downtown.
Yeah, she had Maddie's downtown for what, 20 plus years?
Long time.
20, 28, 30?
I don't know. It was
I
a
don't
good
remember.
while.
Oh,
But it's,
okay,
it was a long time. So
Oh,
she
yes,
did
I
shows.
probably have seen her.
Yes, yes. She was involved with a lot of stuff. She did Nashville. She did shows up in Maine.
Yeah.
So,
That's a long way to haul stuff.
yeah.
Wow.
She would go, her and dad would go up to Ohio and travel and shop up there too. So there was a lot of, Jonathan and I took a vacation one year with them up to Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. And there was a learning curve.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I'll bet.
People have very different ideas of vacation.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That sounds like we should pursue that. We don't have much time left, but we'd like to share a
Well, yeah.
tidbit or two.
My like the vacation I just told you about. That I mean,
He confessed.
I think back about that. I'm thinking that was one weird vacation.
Yeah.
Even my mother, when we swam in the Ohio River, my mom didn't have a swimming suit. She
Uh-oh.
swam in her shorts and her bra.
Nice.
Oh, look, Ethel.
I'm thinking, and I'm a kid. I'm thinking, there's mom in her shorts and her bra. And I'm like 8 or 9 or something like that. And I'm thinking, well, I guess the bra is kind of like a bikini.
Yeah.
It
So
is.
I'm justifying this. I'm a kid, and I'm justifying this thing in my brain. Like, my
Trying to
mother's out there
process it.
in her bra.
At least y'all wasn't skinny dipping.
Yep. Could be worse. One of
Yeah.
the hotels we stopped at on the way back was a by the hour hotel.
Oh, you don't even want to go in there.
Yeah, that was yeah. Yeah.
The no-tell motel.
It was
Go in there,
interesting.
You don't even want to set foot in there.
Yeah. Foot was about the only part that went
Rent
in.
it by the hour? No, I'm good. Don't even sit on nothing, much less lay down.
No.
Yeah.
That's nasty.
It was. It was
But
whew, it was an interesting trip.
I'm trying to think of a vacation. I think, as a kid, I think that's the only vacation I had. That is,
just the
I
one.
can't think of another vacation.
We went and saw relatives or went to see stuff in Florida like Six Gun Territory or Rainbow Springs or whatever, and we come back the same day. We didn't go off and stay anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you had a great childhood.
Well, this is before
man.
SeaWorld, before Disney World, before
Yeah.
Universal, before all that. So you went to tourist traps and looked around.
There was a lot of
Came back.
benefit to not having all of that stuff.
You're right. You're right about that. But anyway, we got to get on out of here. Episode 2 has done snuck by while we wasn't looking. So Strike 3 will be coming up next. Y'all shop local, be vocal, and we'll see you in a few.
Hey, Coon Prairie Ramblers here, back again
We're back.
with the mailman from Melville and Luke, the rebel without a clue,
Yowza.
and Amy. What?
That's a good descriptor right there. Amy what?
Amy what?
Let's go with
Amy
that.
what?
Amy,
Amy
what?
what?
And then you can add the rich, which is
Oh, the
not
last
true,
time
but it'd
you
be
was
nice.
here, it was Amy, the
educator.
The educator.
That's it.
What are we going to talk about?
We talk about vacation food. Well, we weren't talking
Vacation
about,
food.
but we decided we was going to talk about that.
A lot of our vacation food was sandwiches that had been made up and put in little baggies and chips and Czech colas.
Me and my wife
water.
and my daughter Hannah, we took a trip, went up to see the Noah's Ark up there in Kentucky,
Oh, huh.
and we stopped into. My wife got a hankering for Mexican food, and we're in Kentucky, so we're in. She has a. I'm thinking, if you're in Kentucky, you get a hankering for something else, right?
Right.
Moonshine.
Yeah.
She wanted Mexican food, so we stopped at this Mexican restaurant. It was the best Mexican restaurant I'd ever been in my life.
Wow.
What?
And here we live
In
in
Kentucky.
Florida here. Yeah.
Well, tell us what made it different or better.
It was the ambiance. It was everybody spoke Spanish. It was good food.
Oh, wow.
The food was really good.
See, that's the deal. I like food more than I like people. Let's just,
Yeah.
let's just be real. So yeah. See, oh, that's interesting. In Kentucky, the best food.
It was Florence. It was in Florence, Kentucky. It was just south of the border from Cincinnati. Hey, the Cincinnati airport, Cincinnati's in Ohio. The airport is in Kentucky.
Well, it's a Kentucky airport then.
No, but it's the Cincinnati airport. But they put it in. I guess they didn't have any room in Ohio, so they stuck it in Kentucky.
That's a little on the freaky side.
Right there-
Maybe it started in Cincinnati and just kind of stretched out that way.
Yeah, you guys hold this airport for it, but we'll keep the name.
But it was the ambiance that sold you on that?
That it was just and the food. The food was authentic. It was great.
Oh, fantastic.
And I don't think it was like it was looked very modern or a very nice building, but I don't think it was like a chain restaurant. I don't think it was a chain. It was
Those are the best kind, the mom and pop.
Yeah, absolutely.
The mamacitas and the papacitas.
Yeah.
I guess you call them. I don't know how you say that.
Yeah, Mama City over there.
Madre and di
Papa said
Padre.
over here. Yeah. It was,
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
I always try to try something different in a place, and that sounds like it would have been
That's right.
different than
Don't eat
Kentucky.
chain restaurants on the road. Try something different.
Absolutely.
I'd go. I don't like you go on a vacation where you stop at a roadside wet rest and you eat sandwiches and stuff like that. And think,
My wife loves that.
You do?
I like it once I'm there, but I'd rather go in a restaurant. No
yeah,
muss, no fuss.
I'd rather go to a
But
restaurant.
it does cost a lot more, especially right now.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah, give me a White Castle, man, along the way.
We had Royal Castle down here, which
Royal
is the same thing.
Yeah.
Going to get a whole sack full of burgers when they were like 10 cents a piece or whatever. back in
White
the
Castles
day.
were so good.
You can still get White Castles at Walmart. They come in a box. They're frozen. You got about
But they're not the
6 or 8
same.
of them, but
Yeah.
as close as you're going to get.
Close as you get, yeah.
Heat them
Yeah.
up, eat them up.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Do they have holes in them?
No, but they're so thin, they wear the whole wears thinner than the curve.
It microwave, it just goes psh, and then,
The pickle is thicker than the little hamburger.
When I was a little bitty boy up in Columbus there, we had White Castle, and it always amazed me. I'm thinking, I'd open that thing up, and why they got holes in the hamburger?
We had a Royal Castle like that, but it was in Punta Gorda at the foot of the bridge there before you go over to Port Charlotte. There used to be a Royal Castle right there. We used to go down.
And at White Castle,
Crystal
you could,
Burger's the same thing.
I was going to say, is
Go
it
to Crystal
Crystal?
Burger, and
Crystal
that's the
Burger.
same as
Oh.
it'll be. You'll taste the same thing.
Oh, I'll have
Crystal
to try
Burgers are
it.
great.
yeah.
There's a taste of home. You'll think you're back at Royal Castle or White Castle.
I'll have to try that.
I used to save my money. I'd save pennies. You could save pennies up in those days. Back when I was like 12, you could save pennies up and go eat at White Castle. You know, if you save enough pennies.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like cause
You wouldn't be able to carry the pennies you'd need now.
yeah, right.
There used to be a restaurant in Chattahoochee. I used to take trips up there delivering mental patients from G. Pierce Wood. Take them, they get transferred to Chattahoochee. We take them busloads at a time when they were downsizing.
You take a whole busload of mental people.
Well, back in '77, they were downsizing.
It's called a field trip.
And so they loaded them up in an old white school bus. I drove the school bus. Another guy drove a panel truck full of all the luggage.
And you
Oh,
guys
wow.
sang 99 bottles of beer on the wall on the way up? Or?
There were 99 bottles of
Lithium.
Thorazine.
Thorazine,
or
yeah.
something. But anyway, we'd go to Chattahoochee, which is about 45 miles northwest of Tallahassee. It's right there on the state line. And we would drop them off, then we'd come back, spend the night in Tallahassee. But we would eat supper in Chattahoochee. There's a little restaurant called The Gate. I don't know if it's still there or not. Chattahoochee is a very small town, not much bigger than what Nocatee used to look like. But anyway, the restaurant called The Gate, and they had the world's best gizzards there. And I always go get a plate of gizzards at The Gate. That's my road food.
Here in Arcadia, the world's best gizzards are over at Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
Really?
If you get them fresh, where Sears store used to be next door, if they're fresh, go on there. They're the most tender.
Huh.
They are good.
We used to go to Jed's.
Oh,
and get 'em.
Jed's has been better. Jed's
Yeah.
was super, but Jed's has been gone. That's where the Shell station is, where they had the sign shop out there by the Lake Catherine. That used to be a Shell station, and they had Jed's. Jed's gizzards
Now it's sign everywhere, sign.
everywhere. How about
Breaking
you?
up the scenery. We took Emmy to Alaska for
Nice.
her graduation trip. Yes. Same
Serious.
time you guys were there on the cruise.
Well, why did you say something? We could have found each other.
Well,
maybe.
we saw the cruise ship over at
What?
Yeah,
You should've
but
called
anyway,
me.
we went to the best restaurants I've ever eaten in. Have been ones with their floors are just not floors. But this restaurant in Alaska, somebody dropped a glass and it literally rolled down all the way down to the.
Because it wasn't level.
It was not level. That place was not on the level, but the food was redonkulous.
Redonkulous. Oh, you got it.
But we had a moose burger.
Oh, boy.
We had a moose. Emmy had a moose burger. I had a bison burger. I forget what Jonathan had.
Polar bear burger.
But yeah, but they were good. I would not have thought that I would eat bison or moose. But
Eating bullwinkle. Pulling
There you go.
bullwinkle.
Are they?
Watch me
are
pull
they
a burger
friendly
out of my
spirits,
hat.
Was it
Bullwinkle?
gamey?
It was no. It was
Was
really.
it gamey, Amy?
It was,
Don't let anybody ever call you that gamey, Amy.
no,
That's a bad word.
That
Don't
says
go
yeah,
there.
no. God, I've been called many things, so that may have been in there. But I think that's a first. Yeah, that's a
That'd be
first.
different. Moose burgers.
Yeah, it was really good.
Wow.
And you can buy bison now in Publix.
They actually have a bison burger in my Shelley's.
Really?
kitchen. I ate there Saturday after a funeral. They have bison burgers in there.
They're good. I would recommend it. I don't know about my Shelley's, but I'm sure it's probably good.
Well, they got a lot of good stuff there.
And one time in Atlanta, we went to this little restaurant, and there was a black man playing piano, and there was it was literally dirt floors.
Cool. I love
And
stuff
I don't
like
remember
that.
what it was called, but it was so good. I'll have to ask
A lot of
Jonathan.
personality in a place like that.
Yeah.
Where they got entertainment.
Well, it was interesting to look down and literally see dirt floors. There was nothing there but dirt.
Huh.
But it was probably the best soul food we've ever eaten.
Place I like to eat on the road back younger would be like a Dairy Queen. They had these really good hamburgers. We'd stop and get them, and usually not eat there, but eat on the road. But when I was a little bitty boy, way back in the day, we'd get ice cream, and I loved that so much. But I was the only sibling. There were no other siblings but me. I guess you can't be a sibling if you're an only child. I was the oldest only child, and we'd be riding down the road and. Daddy, can we stop at there? Oh yeah, we'll get some ice cream. We love ice cream. We'll do that. And I'm sitting there in the back seat of my father's '57 Ford and looking over between the seats, trying to find one down the road. And see, my dad had better eyesight. He'd see one way down the road, see the sign, and he started getting close. He'd go, "Oh, look over here. Look over here. Look, what is this over here? Whatever." He's got my attention.
Completely
drawn to it.
distracted.
He'd whiz on by, and I'd look around and see it. Daddy, darn, we missed it. We'll look for the next one. He'd do that to me over and over and over.
Oh my goodness, that
Unless
is
I was
cruel,
able to-
unusual
It was
punishment.
cruel, but once in a while I'd catch him at it, and we'd have to stop. But yeah, he said, "Oh yeah, we're going to stop if we see one."
Yeah, oh, that's the
key
famous
word being
parent
we.
line. Yeah,
He'd
if
see
we.
it, but I wouldn't.
Yep.
So we wouldn't stop there.
Sneaky. We used to go bowling as kids with mom and dad, and we'd always stop at Taco Bell and get a box of tacos and eat it on the way home.
Oh boy, you paid for it later, but that
We
was
always
good.
paid. I always paid for it later, but it was worth it.
Oh yeah,
It was good. It's funny.
Always look for food on the road where it's not a chain restaurant. They say look for where the locals eat, where most of the locals eat. That's going to be the best restaurant. My favorite book is called Blue Highways. It's about a teacher who got disillusioned with America, so he tricked out an old van to live in, and he took a tour all the way around the United States, only going back roads. On the old maps, those roads were blue. So it's called Blue Highways. And he's Native American, and he's doing all this, and he stopped at small towns that had funny names because he wanted to know why they named the little bitty town that. And when he was looking for restaurants to eat in, he came up with this formula. All the restaurants he would go in or whatever, go in the place and look around and look for the one that has the most calendars on the wall, because that's where all the traveling salesmen would eat. When they were traveling around the country, they'd always give a free calendar to hang on the wall to advertise for them. And that means a lot of travelers ate there. They knew that was the best restaurant. That's how he gauged where the best food was. That's a book. That's my favorite book. It's a great book. It's called Blue Highways by a guy named William Least Heat Moon.
Oh, I gotta read
That
that.
book is so good, I've loaned it out 2 or 3 times and not got it back. I'm hanging on to my last copy because it's getting harder to find, but people liked it so much they wouldn't give it back.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a retirement plan for me.
You could probably find it online.
I'll look for it.
Blue
I'm gonna have to
Highways.
buy it.
The
Blue Highways.
opening line is, "Beware of strange ideas that come in the night." That's the first line, and you're hooked by
That's-
that.
yeah, that's
That's
it.
when he gets this notion, and he takes pictures of all these people that nobody knows. These nobodies. There's a bunch of pictures in there, and when the time he makes the rounds and comes back home, his faith is restored in America, because he got out and seen the small towns and met so many cool people.
Yeah. America's not in the
I
cities.
wonder if he
Sorry.
ever made it to Ohio and saw the little town called Knock'em-Stiff.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be.
Have you ever heard of
I
Knock'em-Stiff,
have
Ohio?
not heard of that.
It's,
Do they make celery?
It's up by Circleville. It's near Circleville.
I think Dime Box, Texas was what the name of one of the towns. I can't remember yet. It's been a long time since but I've reread it several times.
I'm gonna have to get
Well,
it.
yeah.
That sounds like my summer reading list right there.
It's good.
I'm gonna have to do it.
It's good. Well, we're about out of time, boys and girls. Thank you, Miss Amy, for being with us today.
We got one more.
Oh no, never mind.
I'm trying not to
we're-
take that personal.
We're already past our time.
Back again, Coon Prairie Ramblers. Yeah, we got Amy over there. Luke the Rebel about a clue, and me, the mailman.
Unforgettable, that's what you
Oh,
are.
thank you. Yeah, very much. Yeah. Anyway, it's time for the F-bomb once more.
The F-bomb. Are you ready, boys and girls?
Yeah, let's do it.
Buckle up. Hang on for dear life, because here we go. Oh, no. Jump back, Daddy Rabbit. Have mercy. Your F-bomb this week is, if you had a choice, remember that movie, the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Yeah.
If you had a choice and you could shrink either your kids or shrink your spouse, with or without their permission, I mean, what would you do, and what would you think the ramifications because that would be, the advantages, the disadvantage? I can hear the wheels turning in all the listeners of all 5 or 6 of you listeners out there. Smoke's pouring out of your ear right now. What in the world would I do?
All right. Well, don't.
Mel's going to confess first.
If you happen to see my wife walking down the street, don't tell her to tune out.
You listening, Carrie?
For one thing, see, I got a daughter named Hannah. I've got several daughters, but my youngest daughter is
That's the
Hannah,
latest
and
one.
she doesn't need to be shrunk because she's only 5'2" as it is. So,
5'2", eyes of blue.
but
Coochie,
I'd like to
coochie.
play around and kind of shrink my wife.
Shrink your wife.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we didn't say temporary or permanent.
Well, just temporarily, yeah. 'Cause I don't think she would enjoy being a permanent.
Until she behaves herself.
I'd have to talk her into it, though. Maybe can I shrink you for a little while? You know,
How do you think that would go? How do you think
it
she
wouldn't go
would
too
react to
good,
that?
but I'd have to.
You could beat her up though. She'd be
I'd
little.
have to be some. I'd have to
Beat a
come back
triple.
a couple different times and say, "Hey, that idea I had about shrinking you, could you think we could do that?" No.
And how
I'd have
little
to
is
come
little?
back again. Like, come on. Let's try it anyway.
How little would you go?
I would take it in stages. Because here's the
stages.
thing against me. My wife is about 5'8", but she loves to put on platform shoes to where she can look me in the eye,
Yep.
and she gets a kick out of that.
And she curls her hair and makes her look even taller.
Yeah, and the thing is, if I sit in a chair in a restaurant and she's sitting next to me,
She's
see,
taller.
I'm tall on her, but when we're sitting, she's taller than
She's
me.
long waisted.
Yeah.
Like my wife.
Yeah, she's long waisted, and I'm thinking, well, plus she has she has some cushion that she sets on. She got some extra padding there, but
Oh, Carrie, I know you're going to hear this one now.
but it always amazes me
She gonna
that I'm
shrink your
looking
head.
up to her when we're sitting next to each other. Like, I don't get this because we stand up. I'm taller. So
So,
if I could shrink her a few inches,
no. I'd drop her down to about the height where she could wear Barbie clothes. Because you got to have clothes.
hey, you know what? But then she would want me. She's always wanting me to do something. Will you do this? Do this? Will you do this? Do this? Hey, while you're out, do that. And while you're doing that, do these other 5 things too. While you're doing that, So she'd say, carry me around. Okay, I'll put you in a little cage and I'll carry you.
Stick her in your pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would want to go like toy soldier size.
Yeah, you heard of like a pocket
Curious.
knife? You'd have a pocket wife.
There you go.
Okay.
Just fold her up, stick her in your pocket.
Yeah, she'd probably take a pocket knife.
You could
to me,
give her a bath in the sink. Just put a little water there, throw her in
Yeah.
there.
Just don't pull the plug while she's in there.
That's right.
You know, it might not really be a good idea to shrink her down, but I think she would probably get back at me somehow.
There would be repercussions.
Yeah.
For
Just to
sure.
tell her to watch out.
And then it would be like she'd, okay, where's she at? She's hiding on me. She's going to get me. She's going to come stick me with a pin or something. You know.
There you go.
You'd
Yep.
have to have her to warn her about don't let her get around the cat or the chickens or something like that.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The chickens would get her.
Oh,
It'd be
yeah.
like she'd be like feel like she's in a horror movie.
It would be that way. It certainly would.
That's right. But you give her a bath in the sink there, and she can sleep on the pillow next to your head or whatever.
So remember, people out there in Radio Land, don't tell Carrie about this.
She wouldn't be able to eat as much, so you'd save money there.
Hey, you know what?
You'd have to hold on to her hands while she's sitting on the toilet
Yeah.
so she didn't fall in and
I
drown.
could just buy one meal and she could have the leftovers.
There you go.
Oh, wait a minute. There aren't no leftovers. Oh, never mind.
She couldn't drive her car anymore. She could sit on the hood and like one of them hula girls there and shake her
Yeah.
butt back and forth.
Well, then her classic car would last longer.
That's right, because you'd be the only one driving it.
Yeah.
Well, would it last longer then, or would it?
If you drove it,
Who's the better driver?
that's a good question. But
You haven't seen her in the morning when she's taking off, being late for work, you know.
Well, now late
Get out
for
of the
work
way.
driving is vastly different than regular driving.
you could put a saddle on her dog there. Bingo, what's his name?
Bozo.
No, his name ain't
Bozo.
Bozo. It's Banjo.
Banjo.
Put a saddle on Banjo, and she could ride around on him.
Yeah.
How about you?
I don't know. I was sitting here trying to decide. Emmy, both of them are taller than me, so that's a problem. But I think it'd have to be Emmy, because Jonathan would think of too many ways to make it
Make your life miserable?
annoying for me.
You
Yeah.
put him in a bird cage. Be done with it.
Yeah. Well, he would be able to slide right through the.
Put him in
I'd have to put him in an
timeout.
aquarium.
Yeah.
Aquarium.
He would sing
Like-
out a tune if he was in a bird cage
Yeah.
on purpose.
Yeah, he would. He would.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would find a way to
And
make
you get
it.
tired of pooping on newspaper and sitting on birds
Yeah.
and eating birdseed.
I would definitely have to find my way to his favorite spot on the couch, though.
Oh yeah.
So, I think it'd have to be Emmy, because Emmy would be a little less mischievous.
You have to listen close when they're saying something. You have to pick them up. Let them ride around on your shoulder.
So,
there.
yeah, I could just stuff her in my pocket, but I think it'd have to be Emmy.
Wow. She'd be real good at playing hide and seek.
She is now. She's tiny anyway, so she'd be like, I get to wear bigger heels or something.
wow.
It would be, yeah. Carry my little.
There'd be a lot
golf
of
bag.
dangers though. You don't let them walk outside. A hawk swoop by and snatch them.
I saw a video last night where an eagle picked up a whole deer.
Of
I
course,
was
them
like,
things-
what?
their talons are actually bigger than a man's hand. They're
Wow.
They're giant claws.
They gotta have it.
It was.
Because everything's bigger.
They
Yeah,
gotta eat.
I guess. Yeah.
I
What
think
about
that-
you? Who are you shrinking?
Oh, probably my wife, but I'd probably pay for it. But I'd figure out ways to amuse her. I don't know how. Because people like it when you're that little. I guess you can't go shopping unless you're going to sit in the buggy. Then you'd be too small for that.
Yeah, you just slide
Fall
right through the
right
buggy.
out.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well, when you drive down the street, you can put her up on the dash with that.
My rubber rat,
Yeah.
Pinto the Wonder Rat, she can sit up there next to him.
Yeah. I'm
Sure she'd enjoy
Pinto
that.
Put her
the
arm
Wonder
around
Rat?
his neck.
There's a rubber rat I've had on the dash of my Ford for 20-something years.
If you were that small, what would they drink out of? They don't have like Coca-Cola bottles that small.
Yeah, you just have to flip over a lid and put a little bit of water in
They
it.
wouldn't make
Yeah.
straws small enough for that, I don't think.
No. Well, the classic Coke bottle of candy, you could do that. There you go.
Yeah,
Just cut the
yeah,
top off.
Yeah.
They don't make Band-Aids big enough. You'd cover them up with
Yeah.
wrap a Band-Aid
Be a
around
whole
it.
blanket.
Yeah.
That's right.
We have a special jacket for you to wear.
I don't know.
I don't. It would be.
Hey, that's another thing. Because, see, the clothes don't shrink with you. So there's a whole new wardrobe you got to
You
get.
got to wear Barbie clothes.
Barbie clothes, yeah.
And if you're a dude, what are you going to wear?
Ken clothes.
Okay, well, that's right. I forgot there's a Ken doll
Yeah.
out there.
Yep. Or Skipper. Or Skipper. No, Skipper's the girl. But there's another.
Them clothes always look hokey. I'd get like a Superman doll and rip his clothes off. He'd run around like a little 1-foot Superman running around.
Yeah, you
I
can
wouldn't be
put.
much of a threat.
Well, there's GI Joe dolls. You could always wear.
That's true.
GI Joe dolls for the.
How about if you got shrunk? If your wife shrunk you, how do you think that would go?
Well, I don't think it'd go too good for me. I would just go off into oblivion and
Wouldn't be strong
fade
enough
away.
to use the remote. I mean,
Yeah,
you couldn't do nothing.
yeah. I would be helpless. I couldn't.
Couldn't cook for yourself. You couldn't make a sandwich.
I couldn't get up in my favorite seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You made a sandwich, it'd be about as tall as
Yeah,
you.
and
How
then
you gonna eat
Banjo, he'd be looking in the door there. You're like, I'm going to get you.
that? He'd be done hate you the way you,
Yeah.
abuse him and don't like him. He would take care of you. He'd poop on you.
I couldn't take him for a walk anymore. He'd drag me around.
He'd be snatching
He
you
might
all
take
over
you
the
for a
place.
drag, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I definitely stay away from the chickens. I would just have to. I wonder if I could just take a cruise.
No, you'd be run over in the halls or stomped
I
to death.
could be a special show on a cruise.
Everybody bring your binoculars.
Yeah.
You see
Well,
Minnie Mel.
it would be. I'd be at the piano bar. I have to learn how to play the piano with my feet. Dun 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 dun.
Like
that.
like on that movie Big
Yeah. Oh yeah.
with
Yeah.
Tom Hanks.
Yeah, when he's playing the piano, but
Playing the piano.
It'd be about the same size.
Oh okay.
It would be a pretty good size comparison to think of it that way.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah. I could be in the theater and everybody could have binoculars and watch my show.
That's what it would take to be able to see you.
Yeah.
But they'd have to carry you around wherever you went to keep you from getting stepped on or
And-
falling through a sewer grate.
And hold on to me in case the wind picks up, and I'm on the deck,
Gone with the wind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be fun. They could tie you to a kite and sling you up there and let you just fly around up there.
Well, no, I wouldn't want to do that.
Well, come on.
Yeah.
Where's your spirit of adventure?
Yeah, get on the slide, do the air thing where you float in the air thing.
Yeah. They could play catch with you, throw you back and forth,
No, I don't want to do that.
roll you up into a ball.
But I do like the cruise idea. I could just be a permanent cruise thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to be very careful in the hallways.
Here's what you do.
All the staff would be accustomed to me. They knew what I needed. Oh man, I'd have my own special room and everything.
Here's what you could do. You could go to work for Disney World and get in that ride. It's a small world.
Yeah.
And dress up like one of the dolls, and you fake people out because you're up there singing, "Yeah, it's a small world
Yeah,
after
yeah.
all." And then you scare them by jumping in off the shelf and go jump in the boat with them.
There you go.
Oh,
They all jump out of the boat. You scare them.
Yeah, then they,
There
then
you
they
go.
jump out.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah, you could do that. You could also be Jiminy Cricket, depending on how tiny they went.
yeah,
You could be a movie star because nobody's that small, so you'd be
Right.
an instant celebrity.
yeah.
You do all the talk shows.
Uh-huh.
Run
Wow.
the circuit. Yeah.
The world's smallest man. So you're rethinking it now. Would it rather you be the shrunk one or your spouse be the
Wait a
shrunk
minute,
one?
did Daddy DeVito do that good as a small guy?
I'm talking about way smaller than him.
Way smaller. Yeah,
He could play a troll or something, but I'm
Yeah.
talking about like little bitty people. But you got to be in proportion.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I would want to be in
Definitely
proportion.
in proportion. You'd be a star. I
Yeah,
don't know.
Be another. Start Fantasy Island again. The bird, the plane, the plane.
The plane.
Tattoo.
Yeah.
I remember Tattoo. I remember Fantasy
Oh.
Island.
It'd be hard. What about the radio station here? You have to stand up on the
Yeah.
on the desk here to reach the microphone, and the microphone be big as you
I have
are.
a little.
All right. Well, we got Shrank on out of here, and we've run out of time here, so we got to go. Again, thank you, Amy.
I'm glad to be here. Thanks
We'll
for having
have you
me.
back. But first, we got to ask that question of our wonderful long lost and friend, Mr. Casey Carlton. And that question being, what's the frequency, Kenneth?
1480 AM on your radio dial. News Radio WFLN, Arcadia's news and information station.